Hello, everybody from the YouTube channel. Welcome back to another podcast today. We got a different mix of people here. Yeah, we got J-Mac back. We got What's in Love back today. We have Thompson, of course, every single podcast. Today's in the middle, though, which is really nice. And, of course, we got Double B. It's been quite a while since we've had you guys in. Hope you guys are doing well. Looks like Jeff is eating some food, as usual. Gotta have one person eating on the podcast. This is tradition.
Yo, I'm muted.
So rude.
I just got off work.
I ate before the podcast.
Yeah, me too.
It's a tradition. No, someone's got to eat on the podcast.
I get off work at 1:30, so I only could eat right now.
Yeah, I got off at around that time too, so I rushed home and quickly just put something together.
Okay, fuck you, man.
Anyways, I appreciate you guys' time, and you guys are always free to eat or whatever on the podcast. I don't really care. It's very casual, man. It's nothing professional, bro. Yeah. Actually, maybe we should do a professional day. Yeah, make everybody dress up one day for like a podcast. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Anyways, let's go right into it here.
Clothes.
As you can guys already guess, of course, there has been some updates that have recently went live with the new changes and balance patch notes. But before we fully get into that one, because that's going to be a real big topic, I do have a quick topic here that I want to kind of discuss. And it's also something of interest as well. Again, it's about the Dimension Hole teaser, about that unit that they kind of showed a little bit more. And what are your thoughts on it? Watching that, I don't know if you guys saw that 20-second clip, right, of the guy getting the scroll and summoning. And I don't know if it's an LD or not, and it's a unit. Do you think it's a free unit? Do you think it's a we summon unit? Or what do you guys think about that?
It's a new unit. It's set in the game already.
Oh, sorry. A new unit that we will have to summon, like a new family that we will summon, like druids, or something we will obtain, like homunculus or, you know, fusion. Yeah, that's the kind of thought process around it.
I think it's a fusion just because they made it like, I guess they hyped it up. They're not going to hype up a monster like that and go like, nope, you guys have to buy all these scrolls to have a chance at it.
Yeah.
So only 3 people will get it in the next year.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think it's going to be like a homunculus type of thing. And only going to be like one element that you have to obtain somehow from the dimensional hole. Since the YouTube teaser also said, I think, a new dark monster. So it would just be one unit.
I see. Yeah, but I was looking at the thing and they kind of had like this little, I mean, the animation was kind of cool, right? They kind of did it like in a scary place, and then like he grabbed the scroll, but the scroll looked so scuffed. It didn't really even look like a scroll. And I was looking at the element in the middle and I couldn't tell. Yeah, people were speculating as well that, you know, what if they made a new element? What do you guys think? And it's a light dark element. It's like a yin yang kind of element, right? It wouldn't really change too much because then they would have elemental advantage on light and dark, and it would just be weak against light and dark. I don't know. Yeah.
Before we start, is that magic cards in the back of your right there?
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Are you excited for War of the Sparks?
Bro, look at this. I just got a box of this.
Modern Horizons?
Yeah, so oftentimes we're opening on stream, we're opening up like Pokemon cards and whatnot, like just packs on stream. I just got this box of Magic, and yeah, we're going to be opening up
that's lame, man.
Unstable, dude. No, you know what this set is, right?
Yeah, they got the nice lands. They got the cool looking lands.
And they got the stupid cards like, if it's
but
nighttime,
then,
you get
are you
plus
excited
2, plus
for
2.
Modern Horizons?
Huh?
Are you excited for Modern Horizons?
Yeah, I'm decently excited. I haven't really played a lot of MTGs.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're not excited for Modern Horizons. Oh my god. All right. Change podcast. Magic card stream. Magic card stream.
Wait. If we're interrupting, can I quickly say something?
Go ahead. You can say anything, anytime. Why is everybody so
At
formal?
EDC, a guy ran up to me and said that he seen me from IslandGrown's podcast.
What?
That's a
His
podcast.
name is Jerry. I'm gonna give Jerry a shout out. I told Jerry that I'd give him a shout out, and so this is what he looks like. I actually pulled up the picture. He came up to me, and
Damn, someone's been working out. You see those arms?
Damn, dude, Jeff.
J-Mac's huge.
Oh, shit. All right,
Okay.
J-Mac. Someone's been doing their bicep curls, man.
my friend, Jerry, my friend asked if you are single, and if you're interested, shoot me a private message. Actually,
Than me?
my friend thinks you're cute, and my friend's pretty. You know.
Wait, who thinks who is
Who are
cute?
you talking about?
My friend thinks Jerry is cute.
Oh, shout out there.
Jerry, good luck.
Oh, good luck,
Only
Jerry.
if you're single, though. Make sure, Jerry,
Alright, guys,
if you're single,
this
shoot
is
me
now
a
a
PM.
matchmaking stream. This is now a matchmaking podcast.
This is so high school right now. What the hell? EDC? What the?
You were gonna go get out of here.
Matchmaking?
All right, moving on to the second topic here. We're going to be talking about Tinder or Plenty of Fish. Which do you prefer?
Okay.
I prefer using that website we call Twitch. Much better.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, I actually got an email one time on like to do like a sponsorship thing with some kind of
Wait, let me
new
guess, let me guess.
Twitch
the
Twitch
Asian dating
dating.
one?
Yeah, some kind of Asian dating, and there was also Twitch dating or something like that. I was like, what? But
Oh yeah,
it's
I got one of
weird.
those too, like dating.
J-Mac, my subject is almost appropriate because there's a pack of magic cards in the back of the stream. Yours is inappropriate because we ain't talking
How
about
is it inappropriate?
exotic dancing carnival.
Dude,
I saw the guy came up to me and said, "I saw you on IslandGrown's podcast."
Yo, Pog, we on
That's
the
actually
we're on the
pretty
map,
crazy,
baby.
though.
We on the map,
Okay.
baby.
It wasn't random because it was like in the middle of like a shitload of people, right? And then the guy came up to me. He said, "Are you J-Mac from? I've seen you on IslandGrown stream." I'm like, "Yes." But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I ran
He's
into
like,
a
hey,
bunch of
I got a
random
friend that wants to
Summer
suck
Floor
your dick.
Whoa.
What the?
players.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
No,
Nah,
this-
dude. I
Okay.
love these discussions, man. This is the best. This is what I wanted the podcast to kind of be. You know, we have some serious talks and we get some fun talks like this too. That's freaking awesome, though. Yo, Jerry, shout out to you. Yeah, thanks for watching the podcast. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, Jerry, shout out to you. If you're single, shoot me a message. I'll link you with my friend.
All right.
then
Is there
subtract from
any more details on this dimension hole? What do you guys want to see, as well as any more thoughts on this monster? I know this was kind of a quick topic here, but I wanted to brush up on it since it was something that was released.
I can't really talk about it because, yeah.
Because they already told him about it. That's why he can't talk about it.
About this?
That's straight up like, oh, because yeah.
Wait, Island, didn't you get it?
About this monster? No, I don't know
Not
about
the
this.
monster, but Dimension Hole in general.
They sent us the NDA and all the information, but
Yeah.
yeah. We're not supposed to be
So
talking
I won't
about it.
talk about it.
We're not supposed to be talking about it, and now you're talking about it.
So-
Jeff, you're just gonna get everybody in trouble,
Jeff
Jeff.
is such a bad liar. Like
Jeff is gonna get us all in trouble, man.
I'm like worlds across, and I know what he's talking about. Anyway, probably like a dark fusion monster. Yeah, that's what I assume.
No, we're allowed to talk about the monster. They clearly say so.
No, I don't know about the monster. What did they tell you that they didn't tell me, man?
No,
gave some
no,
kind of
like,
special
we're,
perks?
we're allowed to talk about like the YouTube video and stuff that we got.
Oh.
Well,
Like,
why
the one that
wouldn't we?
just
They
saw.
released it for a
Yeah, they
reason.
released it. Yeah, so we're allowed to talk about that.
Wait, you didn't get it? The NDA, the thing you have to sign, and then the thing we can't talk about?
Thompson, stop getting us all in trouble.
Freaking J-Mac, man.
Anyways, what were we saying, Tyler?
I personally don't care what the monster is.
Oh.
I just want to know what the rewards are for Dimensional Hole.
Same.
So my personal want is I want it to be immemorial crafting pieces. However, what I think is most likely is I think they might actually do 4-star Devil one crafting.
You think so? I think
it's
that's
worth
reasonable.
thinking
That's
about
about time. Dude, can we just take a moment to like appreciate how much they're actually listening to us, like on so many things? Kind of crazy, man. Yeah, and like fixing things, like they're new, no, making more space for by making the Angelmon thing. You know, the speed of it, putting it in. They fix things so fast. You know, nowadays.
Changing metas by implementing different units to take positions that other units were best at. Buffing units that were completely unusable to the point where, hey, you know, this is actually a viable option now.
Shakes up the meta. You know what? Let's move on to the second topic then.
Are we
Because of
moving on
that,
to that
slightly
already?
nerfing LDs.
Let's do it.
We're just talking about like quality of life changes. I mean, everything they've done so far has been great for the game. They've done so much for the game that like I'm very excited to see what the Dimensional Hole is, but I also don't really care what it is. You know,
Well, it's just new content, and that's all I
Yeah.
think we care about because we want new content as much as possible, obviously.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
finally happening, I guess. That's all you can say. But the main thing is buff and patches. We did not expect the balance patch to come all of a sudden. I was on a call with Mickey the Bud when it dropped, actually. We were just talking about some RTA stuff, and it was really interesting because we're like, Josh is looking at a balance patch, and we did not expect it. Because there's a month and a half before regionals.
Yeah, we usually we expect the balance patches to come out like towards the end of RTA season, right?
Yes.
So it's very interesting that they implemented it early. Let's move on to the second topic then, which is more about this RTA, and this is probably where we're gonna spend a lot of time on. So let's move on to the second topic here. Second topic is oh, sorry, this is the wrong question. That's my bad. How tilted is Thompson about Artemil nerf? Okay, I guess we can. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. That's a typo there. Let me change that real quick.
It didn't hit him that hard though.
Sorry about
All right.
that. Now let me
Let
fix
me-
that real quick there. Sorry. Okay.
Wow, is that real? Whoa, wait.
We can start off with talking about that then. Everybody wants your opinion, and
everyone wants my opinion because you hyped it up, fool. No, there's no opinion about it. If you're LD poor, then if Artemil is your only Nat 5, you should be a little bit salty. But if Artemil is not your only Nat 5, it's not that big of a deal.
Do you think he's been changed to the point that he still doesn't do his job? I feel like in
No,
majority
I'm
of
not
matches,
gonna give you. I'm not gonna give you any ammunition. You know, I like the nerf.
They're not
it's a really
gonna-
fair nerf.
okay,
It's
that's
really
I
fair.
think it's
Yeah.
barely.
Well
It's not
done
enough.
to us. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, that's legit of you to
I'm
say
really happy.
that. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's really cool.
They
They haven't touched some of my other monsters. You know, I felt like the buff to Tianliang was awesome. You know, now there's a light and dark monster that could control attack bar manipulation as well. If you don't like it, you could just ban it. If you like it, let it through, and you know, see what happens.
Yeah, let's talk about Tian Lang then. Apparently, I believe the wording of it, I'm not sure. Maybe we can talk about here. Somebody knows for sure. Is it 40% of each?
It is 40% per hit.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
so 40% to strip 2 buffs.
Are you saying it's not, Jeff?
Wait, it's not?
Is it not or is it? We don't
Oh,
know.
sorry. I thought
More
you were
than
saying
enough. Oh, of course.
not 40%.
Okay.
Like the thing is, you know, I always wanted a tan line back in the day when I did arena, and at a point I didn't want it, and now I really want it again.
Would you say Tianliang is the best light and dark, the best light unit in the game right now?
Light probably, but I still think Gianna's up there.
What
Well,
what
like,
else is
like-
light?
You think it's better than Artemil?
No, I
think
still think
Artemil's
Artemil is
still better.
still better pick majority of draft, if not like all drafts. But I don't think Thompson wants to hear this anymore. But
Hey, Artemil has the highest win rate out of all units by far.
yeah, Artemil's just too
yeah,
consistent.
And it's notable. Like Artemil's win rate was like, I believe when I talked to Seichizo last, it was like the upwards of like 70%.
I like how they didn't nerf Artemil to a point where they like you bring Artemil in to counter like Diana sometimes, but he still could counter Diana, but he's nerfed, but not that nerfed. It's like a perfect nerf. It's not that bad.
I think in terms of impact wise, like when you're choosing an LD Nat 5 and we're talking about the light ones, like if you choose Artemil or Tian Lang, every time you choose a Tian Lang, it's going to be a much larger impact than any time that you'll choose an Artemil, I feel. Just when you
Absolutely.
choose it in, it's like it's prime moment, baby. And now that he's got
Tianliang
that
is
buff
kind of
back,
like the light version of Gianna. It could be. I think it's better than Gianna. I don't know. Base speed is a little bit slower, but it steals attack bar. You know, it could stun and strip. So
you know, reduce attack bar and
instead of letting
strikes.
bombs and armor breaks, you know.
So, question for you, Topa. As
Yeah.
someone who doesn't like use a ton of like nuking focuses, do you find that the change to the passive defense increase is like noticeable, or does it not really make that much of a difference to you? Because it goes from 20% over 5, and now it's 10% over 10. Because you take more turns when you play, do you find like it doesn't make a difference to you, or is it actually significant?
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference since Artemil, if you pick it in, you're gonna be in the game for a while. So at the end, it's still gonna be the
I turned you up, Tyler. For
same
some reason, you were
defense
set low.
Artemil's
Sorry.
gonna have. The only thing that they really did to Artemil is just gonna be taking, just a little bit less turns since there's less attack bar, so it's gonna be healing a little bit less. But then the main problem with Artemil that most people find is the fact that it can counterattack and then it can remove will runes or immunity and then stun too. That's probably the main issue that people have with Artemil.
Attack bar doesn't matter to Artemil. All Artemils are like already like 100 speed slow. They haven't taken away his revenge, which is the biggest part of Artemil's kit. So
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Topa,
I
have you
thought
done all your 30 swords yet today?
No.
Because the patch dropped yesterday, right? So how many artists did you fight since?
I fought. No, I banned them all, so I didn't fight any. Just kidding.
Got it.
I did a few wings there this morning. Almost every match I brought Artemil.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought they were gonna nerf him differently. I didn't think they were gonna change the attack bar.
What
I
do you
thought
think
they were
gonna
gonna
change?
drop his. Well, I thought they were gonna drop. What I really wanted was them to drop his defense increase to 75. So 15, 15, 15, 15 would bring him to 75.
Yeah.
Because like 100% defense is a lot. It doesn't matter if you take it over 5 hit, like 5 procs of that passive or 10. Like that's a lot of defense, and it never goes away. Right? It doesn't get.
So
Hey, Tyler, beggars aren't choosers, all right? You're a
No,
guy.
like I'm fine. I think that they changed him in a way that helps a little bit
This
and is
guy.
still like fair, right? They didn't destroy the unit, which I'm really happy about.
Well,
I honestly
I'm
don't
really
like
happy
when they
for
destroy.
you. Thank you.
you know, Thompson, they gave you Nerfs, right? Last balance
Yeah,
match, and now they took a little from your Arda. I think it's a good trade. Your Arda's still gonna be strong as shit.
You don't want to trade nothing, bro. There's no trade. It's just a straight loss.
No
No, actually,
compromise.
yeah. Hey, let's talk about the other units. You know? Yo,
All right.
I played against someone
Okay.
that brought in the light Hell Lady.
Asima.
Asima, does he get full turn like
Dude.
like?
I
What?
pussied out. I saw it and I banned it.
I thought you were gonna say your Arda revenge and stunned it.
Dude, I completely backed out of that fight, man. And I luck sacked him too, I think.
Oh wow.
All right, one unit that I really want to talk about is Fran.
Titan?
Fran is something that a lot of people have been talking about because it's more of a free-to-play unit. Everybody pretty much has Fran. People are saying, you know, she's not as good anymore. She is good anymore. What do you guys think? For me personally, I think everything's the same with her. This is a much-needed kind of nerf to her, but still, it's actually not really a fully a nerf in my opinion, because now you constantly have attack manipulation throughout the entire match all the time. You can make their defense breakers go after their damage dealers. You can mess up their turn orders at, you know, anytime you want with with skill 1 from Fran. What are your thoughts?
I think Fran is still really good. Like I never count on Fran's stun to begin with. It's really nice when it happens against either even Vertahouse or even Diana's, but I never really counted on Fran's stun. Like it does make a difference, but I don't think it's game breaking.
Topa, do you still pick Josephine into Fran?
I never really
Not
picked
anymore.
Josephine into Fran.
Because I know a lot of people were picking Joseph. Like if you saw a Fran, it was like pick Josephine, or if you saw
Yeah.
just pick Josephine.
That's
Do you
one.
guys,
That's
do
one
you guys
thing
think
about
that's still like relevant?
it. Can be. She still has the buff removal and then chance to counter, but it's not as relevant now since
I don't-
obviously stun is removed.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be picking Josephine for Fran. You're going to be picking Josephine if Fran is there, but because of other reasons and way more factors than just the Fran. And so... yeah,
I wonder if that changes draft order though, because a lot of people have been picking Josephine early. Like Josephine ends up being like 3rd to 5th in the draft.
it could change things
So-
up.
I'm curious to see if people will still pick her that early, knowing that, and if I guess as well if Fran is still first pick.
I did some battles this morning, and there's been a lot of Frans going around still. I don't know, but let's be real, man. Sun is a lot better than attack bar pushback. A lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is it a lot better than attack bar pushback? Messing up their turn order is not big.
A lot better.
A lot better.
Like,
Yeah, you
just
remove
denying a whole turn, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
true.
Yeah,
like
that's-
back then, most of them are on like there's a few on revenge, and it's really scary. But now it's kind of pointless to put it on revenge, right?
Yeah, because of Josh. Josh was the one who decided to put it on revenge, and people started doing it.
Yep.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, on the plus side, I never have to look for those revenge runes now.
Yeah.
So overall general consensus of Fran is she's still strong, but in a better spot. Is that our general consensus now for Fran?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Let's move on to another unit then. Another unit here that is of interest is Triton, potentially shaking up the meta here with the crazy 116 base speed, right? As well as potentially shaking up the meta in a regular arena as well. So what are your thoughts on this?
I didn't think Triton needed a buff. I was using Triton this season already.
You were using Triton because you had the fast set for Triton. So you had Triton pre-buff. The people
Yes.
that does not have your ruin quality caught up to you
Yeah.
with that buff. You get it?
Well, now I'm gonna put. I think I want to put Triton on Despair now.
Wait, did
Oh,
they
you're
catch up to
on
him?
Despair?
Wait, did
No,
they catch up to him? Because he gets 15
a lot
speed
of people
more.
are on Swift.
That was
A lot
on
of people are
Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm gonna put it on Triton. I think if I find like a 180 set or 185 set, I think it's gonna be huge. But it's still, I don't know.
On
Like
Despair,
I don't
right?
know what spot it should be in right now.
On Despair is
tell
what you're
you-
saying.
From someone that has experience, is worth it. He's really good on Despair. Also,
Yeah.
because sometimes they resist the pushback.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. So it's
Mm.
another. But obviously, Swift, you can build it into 315, 320 speed. I think Chris said that he could build up to 330.
That's
Like,
crazy. Before leads.
330 with any type of speed lead. There's no way you're getting first turn, right? Well, I guess if you have Leo.
Yeah, but
yeah.
you would still want Tiana because Tiana actually pushes your attack bar up, whereas
Yes.
Triton doesn't push the attack bar up consistently.
Yeah, it's a reverse, right? You bank that
Yeah.
you go through resistance check and you reduce them, because if you reduce them, you should, quote unquote, move next. I mean, unless you're that excessively slow that your attack bar reduced and you don't go next, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, you got bigger problems.
Yeah, I don't think Triton's really going to shake up the RTA meta too much with this buff. Yeah, he's faster, but I don't know if that's really that important per se in RTA. In Arena, I think it's going to make a big difference since it now outspeeds Bernard's and like other attack bar boosters.
I think that's the most insane part. And Foxy, I believe, made a video on it. It's Arena. Speed lead, 33 speed lead plus Triton. It's going to mess up everybody except for the people who's using Kabila, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Kabila's now
The
the only
Arena-
attack bar booster that's faster than
Yeah.
Triton.
So for the arena one, I think something interesting worth mentioning is that this is actually quite a heavy nerf to Lucian, which I think is an interesting direction, I guess would be the easiest way to put it.
Mhm.
Right? Because now it's a lot more difficult to like fat Lucian defenses.
Exactly. There was some people talking about that.
Bruiser offense might actually come back. Like that might be a thing again.
Have you guys tried Daphnis?
Dude,
Yes.
I watched. I
I just
haven't
did a
played
video.
it yet, but I watched the videos. What do you think, Violet or Swift?
I have mine
Swift.
on Violent.
Okay. Because I've seen some crazy Swift ones right now on some videos, and it's a pretty interesting unit. I didn't think Daphnis need a buff. I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about I said that, but I saw.
I don't think
some-
he needed one either. Yeah, I think he was
G3
fine.
Yeah, he
players.
didn't. He
Yeah.
didn't.
But now he's in a spot where we will potentially see him more. But maybe that's what Comtos wants, right? From going from the meme child into the unit that, you know, might be a little bit more
Shiho.
stable. Yeah,
Shiho was a perfect example of that.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shiho didn't get memed as much as Daphnis did. You know what I mean? I feel like the two
They
most
literally
memed
gave him
units.
the name Shitho for 3 years.
They do it for Suckmet too, but the most memed, in my opinions, in the history of Summoners War is Vanessa and Daphnis are by far the most memed in the history
And
of
now they're
Summoners War.
both, I guess, triple S and double S tier
Yeah,
units.
but yeah, Shithole 2 is there, and you know, Segment making a comeback, yeah, as well, with the
I
recent
think
changes.
Segment's going to be really troll. I want to see people use it. I'm probably not going to use Segment, but I think it's going to be fun to watch some matches.
I made a segment too. It's pretty fun. I tried it this
Oh,
morning.
did you?
Yeah, I've been just messing around RTA with these new units. It's pretty fun.
You're getting followers on stream right now.
Ooh, what are you talking about?
Someone's following you from IslandGrown's stream, I think.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. Triton's pretty good. Daphne's pretty good. Tried the
The
buff.
thing about Triton now is that like Despair and Violent are so much more viable.
Mm.
And for RTA meta wise, as much as a lot of people are saying they don't think it's going to change things, I think Triton's going to be a force ban against any cleave. Any cleave.
So yeah, against
you pick,
me.
Against
you pick
Tiana's.
Triton, that
Against
guy has
Tiana's.
to ban Triton. It's you pick. You have
Yeah,
Triton,
that's
Tiana,
true.
Then
That's
it's
true.
fucked,
Mhm.
right?
I don't know if Triton's a force cleave.
Or Triton
if-
Tian Lang. If you want
If you
Triton
let
Tian
the
Lang,
Triton through and you pick a lot more sustain and heal, it's kind of hard to.
I said it's versus
He was
cleave.
talking
right?
against
I mean,
Cleave.
Yeah,
Cleave.
it's the answer to cleave.
Anti-cleave unit.
So you-
Okay, yeah, my bad.
yeah, so you like
It's
see
gonna be like the
Tiana, Bastet, or
nuttiest
whatever.
anti-cleave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking about is because I'm running a Tiana with lower speed units, but if I use Triton now, I don't know. It's a weird spot for me right now because I'm cleaving.
I think if you're cleaving with twins, Tiana's still gonna be better. It's more of a
Yeah,
threat.
but if people take Triton and any speed lead, automatically all my will runes are pretty useless. So it's a weird spot, and I think it's gonna make the meta fun for me, I guess, because I'm gonna get fucked.
That doesn't sound fun. What are you? I'm gonna get fucked.
Eh,
That sounds
it's
fun.
different.
No,
Right
that does
now-
not sound fun, man. Your fun is not my fun, dude.
when you go from like destroying everyone because certain units you get bored of it, right? Want to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
kind of excited for that, but going more into the arena, I hear a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, you know, this shouldn't happen." And now Triton's gonna be so busted in Arena, it's gonna kill Arena, people are gonna quit and whatnot. I've been hearing a lot of that, and I'm just kind of like, yo, you guys want change, or you guys want everything to stay the same, right? They're gonna need to be things like this. Maybe not exactly this way, but there need to be things that are changed like this in order for us to experience change in, you know, aspects of the game. I don't know.
Most people say they want something and don't actually want it.
Yeah.
You know who's Daphnis really good against?
Who?
Everyone.
The Wind Panda. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah,
so
he
I did.
destroys the wind panda.
I just did a test video. I just did it live today. I did it last night, and then I put the video live up today already. We did the test, like just like a fatal Daphnis, because I just want to check it out, right? To cleave, to boost it and cleave. He just nukes everybody.
Feng Yan. Who still uses Feng Yan?
Did you nuke him with Daphnis though?
Of course I nuked him with Daphnis.
It literally kills like every
man.
Feng Yan. I say Feng Yan though. It kills like every Feng Yan, dude.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
it didn't
resisted. Okay, you got lucky, my friend. This should not have happened.
He resisted again.
I have cleanse on my Amelia, and I don't have Will Rune, so come on now, man.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay. You're immediately okay.
But yeah,
I for a second there, I thought you were gonna violent proc out
Yeah, I thought so, dude.
for the
I
extra
like
salt.
Daphnis a lot.
Wait, when
These-
do you nuke him? When does he have buffs that you're gonna defense break?
I don't know. There's a lot of replays I'm rummaging through. There's just like some matches I did in the morning from test.
I think this is Artemil fucking him.
Yeah, what is
Hey,
this?
Artemil fucks everybody, man.
You ain't wrong.
You know who fucks everybody? Antares. Fucks everybody.
Yes, I
Oh my
fucking hate
God.
Antares.
Antares
It's my
is so
most
good,
hated
dude.
unit this season.
It's all these fire units that are rising that are so good, man. It's
Oh, but
crazy.
you remember when I used Antares before they buffed him? He moved 4 turns in a row against you.
Oh yeah. I
That's
remember that.
like normal now. That's the crazy thing. That's a
Yeah.
normal thing. If
was
Antares
doing
moves like
RTA
twice in a
earlier.
row,
I was doing RTA earlier, and the entire moved. I think it procced 28 times throughout the whole game.
What?
It's-
Oh,
28?
How did you
did that
survive
guy
28 turns?
Well, because it was sleeping most of the time, because Hador, and then yeah, so it didn't actually hit me.
If Daphnis
proc
doesn't
28
strip
times.
anything, does he land armor break? He
Nope.
doesn't, right?
Nope, he
Nope.
needs to strip. He
Yeah.
needs to strip.
it's like a Ludia. You have to strip to defense break.
Yo, what kind of Antares did you play against? Like a Tickle Antares? The fuck?
No
28
runes.
times that you didn't die.
No, it
Jesus.
was sleeping, because Genny
Oh.
Hador.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can
that
still
thing.
proc when it's just CC'd.
Right.
What other units did you test out, Thompson? I think you're the one who tested everything.
Oh, yeah, I tried out the Wind Monkey King too, but it's on Guild War defense, but it's not doing that good.
What do you
Okay.
guys
Meta-
think
do
of
the JP meta?
What do you guys think of Wind Monkey King? Because a lot of people are talking about, right? It's always been known as a okay Diana counter. But now with the increased damage reduction and the increased chance to counter proc, is this a nice addition to bring in with, like, let's say Antares? Especially because, you know, Wind is especially good against water, and we see a lot of, you know, his brothers Shihao and Agar and whatnot. Can this be good? Is this going to be, you know, used more in RTA, do you feel? Because Guild Wars, Guild Siege, yes, but RTA.
I think it's gonna fuck a lot of people in TOA 90 hard. With
Oh.
Arda's on
He
90?
does really good.
No, when it goes to 90.
really good for RTA.
Is this Artemil? Wait, this is with the Artemil one,
Okay,
right?
so-
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for that statement, the only thing that's really harder is the 10% counter increase, because when you're killing those units in TOA hard, generally you're killing them with dots or bombs. So like the damage mitigation for dots don't get changed. So if you're someone who uses like a Rika or a Beretta, like you're fine. But
Yeah.
if you're trying to fight it with bombs or you're trying to fight it with twins, it's going to take longer for sure.
No, nobody would do it with bombs because it's a boss stage. Oh, actually, yeah, they would do it with bombs. That's true.
I actually only do that stage with bombs.
Oh, really? I just do it with dots.
I use
just
double
CC.
Malaka, Gani, Jamire +1, usually Hathor.
I just CC them to death, dude. Rika, Thrain, Gani, Varad. They just never move and just dots and slow forever.
Are you guys gonna use Xingze in
Is that how you say it?
Shinze.
Xingze?
Shinze.
I say
know. Xingze.
Xingze, but it's Jingze.
Oh.
Ah.
That's what I'd be saying
I don't
too.
know. Anyway, my English is bad anyway. So
That's
Xingze,
Chinese,
he's
though.
really good at RTA.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
There's 花果山美猴王齐天大圣孙悟空. I don't know where the Xingze pop in.
Actually, yeah, where did it come from? The name?
Yeah. Like it's I don't know. Anyway, Xingze, I think he's pretty good in RTA too.
He was
I still
actually
think like
go ahead.
F9 Dyna are better.
There are 5 Japanese players who religiously use Wind Monkey King in like 500 or rank 500 plus. They use Wind Monkey King, Harmonia, Velajewel, Wusa +1, and all of them are 100 resist. All of them are 100 resist.
You for like 8 weeks.
Wait,
or
they-
something.
No. So what they do is they run crit damage on every single unit, and they're all 100 resist, and they're all slow but really, really tanky.
Dude, that is like flashback to season 1, 2, 3, man. You know, Wind Monkey King was picked often seasons 1, 2, 3. It was more bruiser meta in my opinion.
Toba, did you just say Diana's better than Wind Monkey King?
Yep.
But then, like, there's a lot more counters for Diana in G3, like Antares, Artemil. You know, even Sierra Gianna is kind of scary for Diana, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, Xingzhe does something different. It kind of throws people off.
He's got the
you know?
he's got the defense break too.
No,
Yeah.
he gets a defense break and 50% attack gauge, just like an Agar with defense break, man. It's nice.
Yeah.
And all monkeys also have speed awakening too, which makes
Well,
it
yeah, the
even
monkey is
easier to
monkey's
run.
like more. You can use him more freely, I guess. But
Yeah.
Diana ultimately, like if you have use as a last pick, then Diana is definitely better.
Exactly. But even at
Yeah.
last pick,
Situation,
if you
right?
last pick Xingzhe, they probably wouldn't ban it. But if you last pick Diana, they'll probably ban it because it's like a counter pick, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking about pulling Xingzhe out again. Yeah, I think he would be really good. Like, how do you counter him? You just don't. You just let him through and you play against him. He's not a big enough threat. People are ever gonna ban him. So you're pretty certain that if you bring
Sierra
Xingzhe
does
in,
really
Yo,
well
build it
against
on
him.
attack, crit damage, attack to troll people.
Sierra does really
True.
well against him.
No, you can't. You can't build him on. You can't build him on attack, crit damage, attack.
why not?
Because like he has 35% damage mitigation, right? So every HP you put on him is like 35% more.
Oh, so you lose
And
value.
defense. Yeah, and
You
everyone's
go
gonna
like
hit him
attack
first.
or damage defense with like 25k HP.
Everyone's gonna hit him first because he counterattacks for everybody else.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
It has
too.
to be on violent revenge, in my opinion, and also or full revenge even with good HP and defense substats. Defense not so much because he already has a 35% damage mitigation.
Yeah, I'm telling people to do violent blank. The blank is whatever
No,
your
it
best
should be
like
revenge,
2 set
right?
is. You know what I mean? Because you need
I
stats
think-
on him. He's so
I
stat hungry.
think he really needs a revenge set. It's really scary because like he doesn't
Really?
hit you back. He doesn't hit you back if you hit him, and everyone's gonna focus fire on him. I think
know
it makes a big difference.
You know what's
Kind of
weird
like
is-
Fire Monkey King.
Sometimes the wording is weird. It says ally, and then sometimes when it says ally, it includes yourself. But in this
don't
wording,
think
it
it
says
includes himself.
ally, and it doesn't include himself. I'm not sure.
I don't think it includes himself.
Yeah, I don't think it includes himself.
Yeah, so it's weird why it doesn't include himself when other things that say ally mean themselves too.
If
Weird,
it
huh?
includes himself, he doesn't need revenge for sure. But
Mm.
mine's is on violent revenge as of right now. It works okay. The defense is a little bit low. 1,000 defense, 30,000 HP, and like whatever attack. I showed it earlier.
Yeah, I saw it.
Interesting.
I just want to use it to poke Agers and Dianas.
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time against
Yeah.
them. They're gonna have a really hard time against them. Shihao and stuff like that. When you bring in a Xingzhe, it's tanky,
Well,
and it's
Shihao
gonna get
as
more
well.
and more dangerous as the battle goes on.
The Diana's for sure.
Yeah.
Because like usually Diana strips off her own immunity after she
Yeah.
procs, you know?
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna be good for
that's
any
gonna be a fun unit. I
anything
think
that
this
turns, like,
balance patch is interesting. I still think it's gonna do a lot of changes right before SWC. I think it's fun.
I'm excited as hell for it, and I think it really, some people are gonna be upset, but a lot of people should be very excited for it. It changes things. Some people don't like
are
change though.
upset
Yeah.
for anything though. Let's be honest here.
Yep.
So what does the light hell lady do? Like I
I have
saw
no
it,
idea.
I just instantly
Okay, so
banned it today.
Lots
what
of
happens
defense
is
break.
you
I
skill 3.
let China Martina through. And Gianna
Gianna.
Sierra. You guys saw that, right? Gianna Sierra, China Martina. I'm like, oh, go through. I'm not gonna get
Awesome,
freaking
awesome.
light hell lady, you know?
Okay, so Light Hell Lady, you skill 3. It's AoE defense break and dots. You have 3 hits. For every dot that you land afterwards, you gain attack bar. The problem with it is not actually in her skill 3. It's really cool that they buffed her skill 3, but the problem is her skill 2 is not very good.
But with defense break and a cleave setup, I think it becomes a beautiful cleave unit.
So you're telling me I shouldn't have banned the light hell lady?
If you
Oh,
had
it's
immunity,
nice
you were
because
okay.
the dots do a lot of the dots can do a lot of damage assuming you land them all. But the problem is all of the scalings on the actual damage of the skills are really weak. So skill 3 is 140 times 3, skill 2 is 130 times 3 on like a relatively mid-tier attack unit.
Yeah, so
What's
it's
the
more
base speed on that
it's more
thing?
damage over time.
What was that, Jeff?
What's the
Base speed.
101 or 104. Sorry, 104.
Actually, yeah, if you think about it, Thompson, if you left in Asma, as long as you have Will Runes, you're okay. Because you just banned Gianna. And he only has Martina strip. And then he doesn't get, defense break and dots. So you were okay.
I mean,
I just got stopped. I got scared.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think you're going to still build her on Despair. I've seen her on Bruiser builds and damage builds. She just is going to excel in what she did more. And so there might be some more functionality elsewhere for her. I don't know about RTA.
She's really good, right? Or no?
She's okay. And then now she just does her job that she did before better. Because you're going to get another turn, right?
Just an easier turn 2 unit, basically.
Yeah. How much does she put dots on skill 2 as well?
Yeah.
Makes her a beast TOA hard unit than our TOA unit, right? You skill 3, defense break, plenty of dots. Skill 2, get to dot again in one, technically 2 rotations, but I mean 1 rotation of turns. So
imagine
nice.
pulling an LD Nat 5 and be like, oh, this is good for TOA.
I know,
Beretta. I don't need to use my Beretta anymore.
Nah, you could use it as a cleave with defense breaks. Not bad.
I don't think we're going to see it that much. Yeah. There's way better units, I think.
What else? What else got changed?
Poseidon.
Yeah.
Why are they still trying to buff that thing? I think Poseidon was always fine to begin with. It wasn't that good, but not every unit needs to be top tier, right?
I don't think the change to his base stats was actually good.
Yeah,
I didn't see his change.
The skill change is really good, but his base stats I think got worse.
I think so too.
What
he lost what, like 1.7k HP for like 70 attack or something.
What change?
Oh, really?
That's what I gotta ask. What change are you talking about? There's no change, my friend. They changed the words. That's all they did.
Have you noticed every patch they try to make Poseidon work?
Yeah, the last 2 they really have been.
Yeah. I still think Daphnis is one of the most insane one because I don't think it needs a buff.
I guess you can bring Poseidon as a farmer, I guess. I'm just thinking of functionality farmer and you can cleave
Would
with
you
him.
rather use Poseidon or Tyron?
I'd rather use both.
Tyron,
pick
for sure.
one.
Yeah.
Tyron because of
Usually,
speed,
yeah,
right?
Tyron.
Sure.
Huh? If I was to
of the
set up a
speed
cleave, if I would set up a cleave with Tyron and Poseidon, I would do Poseidon first into Tyron or whatever, or vice versa or whatever. Yeah, it will work. I think it will work. I'm curious to see what the third skill is, like how much damage it actually does now. Since scales at
Tyron
speed.
for sure, because for their abilities, you need to be really fast to strip, and Tyron already comes with speed lead. But if whoever has a speed lead is better, if Poseidon has speed lead, Poseidon's better. Yeah, that's how it is.
Well, Tyron, I still believe it's more of a control unit versus Poseidon. They're trying to make it a damage unit now, right? So they technically do different things in a way.
No, like Poseidon is better, but he doesn't have the speed lead. So if Tyron gets the first turn, you're dead.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more in functionality for like early mid game players. It might bring them a little bit more functionality. Right?
Yeah,
it's true.
Poseidon's better.
Yeah,
Poseidon's better.
It definitely will help them out for sure. Just nice,
Very
nice,
good
nice
fame
bonus.
on farmer, right?
Yeah.
You're like ultimately denying them almost like 3 turns. It's really good.
Here's another thing we gotta talk about. We skipped some of the LD Nat 5s. Vivicho now sleeps itself. Josephine Vivicho combo. Tell me about this.
So Artemil didn't take the biggest hit. It was Viva that took the biggest hit. Yeah. And if you're immune, it still sleeps, right?
Correct.
If
Yeah,
you're
it
on
still
will,
sleeps.
it still
Yeah.
sleeps, right?
But the discussion was the new interaction. The new interaction with Vivicho Josephine, where now you don't bank on the violent proc. You sleep yourself. Your own Josephine gets a turn and kills a unit on the opponent's side. So it's a Vivicho Josephine snipe combo.
Yeah, of course people will start bringing in shenanigans like Jemire or Josephine and stuff like that. But man, that's a big nerf, man. That's a big nerf.
A lot of the times where you see Vivishell, though, you don't see Vivishell moving first or like first 3. So generally what happens is that Josephine's going to move first, and then your team's going to move, and then you'll Vivishell it afterwards. But the thing is, in that spacing difference, you can reset the Josephine so she doesn't actually get the passive off. So as much as like the combination works on paper, I don't think it's going to work out due to turn order.
I think
right where you place the units.
I'm gonna agree but disagree as well. Just to say that it's just gonna bring in that extra threat of that interaction between them when you're pick and banning and drafting. Obviously, you're gonna ban so that your combo will work, and your opponent will have to think more about that interaction. You know what I mean? When you have Josephine and Vivicho there, it's another thing for them to think about within the draft that's currently going on, right? So I think that brings that factor.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the leader skill that Josephine provides now?
It's
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 awesome.
good,
Yeah.
but I don't think it really makes a difference.
No,
You still pick speed lead, right? And
Most of the
hopefully
time
you
you
get
pick
speed
speed
lead,
lead.
right?
yeah, that's true.
So,
But then, like, does this the big question is, does this change the way you ruin your Josephine? Like, do you put her on less accuracy because of the 40% accuracy she provides?
I think the only time you do that is if you're like an Artemil Ragdoll user, because for those people, you don't see as much Vanessa. And
Oh,
so,
those dirty Artemil
Oh.
Ragdolls user!
I mean, they
despise
more
them.
you more often see them pick an accuracy or resistance lead, whether it's the Hathor or the Gani or something like that. You know, you don't see the Sierras and the Vanessas as much as you see Ragdoll Artemil players use, because they have Ragdoll Artemil, so they can pick supports, whereas a lot of people who don't have Ragdoll Artemil tend to pick like some sort of like support into like the damage speed leads. So they use the Vanessa Triana for safety, or they use a Sierra Ethna strip combo or something like that. So I think it doesn't make a difference because they're probably going to pick those leads anyways with something else. And then for the people who don't have those units, it's like we're probably picking speed leads like 99% of the time.
what
Yeah,
about
but-
your Jean that you always pick? Are you happy you get your resistance lead? Which I think is not even that good of a
my
lead.
God, what is this? What's going on here? This is arsony. Anyway, I think with the Artemil nerf, it could be that we have to ruin Artemil a different way. Like you have to make him.
We okay, you okay, go ahead.
The way to build
He means the
Artemil.
royal we.
Like right now, a lot of Artemils has like a lot of resistance, like 100% resistant and good defense, good HP. I think after the nerf, everyone could try building the Artemil more defense and more speed and take out the resistance. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna test that build and I'll let you guys know how Artemil is after next week. Yeah.
Topa, you were trying to say something, so if you want to take it back,
Sorry, Topa.
what was your
Yeah, well, basically, Josephine is mainly used to counter Hathor, right? And Hathor does have a 41 resist lead, so having Josephine having the 41 accuracy lead is just a nice bonus to counteract that Hathor resist lead if they were to pick it.
Hey, that's actually true. That is actually
I
really
like
true.
that.
How often do you
I
get to see yourself picking resistance and accuracy lead? I feel like majority of the times now, everybody always has a draft that has some kind of speed lead, whether it's Fran 10% that you still take, or a Vanessa or Sierra 25 to 33%.
I don't know. Right now, the comp that I'm running has accuracy and also speed lead, usually double speed lead. And there are games that I find myself only picking accuracy lead, and it makes a huge difference, especially because I run it's a cleave, but at the same time it's a control comp, right? And I think the accuracy lead is super important still.
I pick resist lead every single game.
Oh, interesting.
Mainly because I don't have a Vanessa
What are your
speed lead.
options? What are your options when you're picking, anyways?
It's resist or accuracy.
That's it, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Like
Gabby,
or attack.
that's what he's saying.
Water monkey.
Do you ruin everything for 85 accuracy then?
I
No,
Do you ruin your Gani high accuracy?
nope.
I
Just
do.
Hathor, right?
Yeah, my Genny is high resist, so if the resist lead, he's max resist.
How about late-
Thompson, someone in chat's wondering, do you still think Destroy Subset is most important for Artemil?
I don't think so anymore because of the nerf. I think we have to ruin him differently.
Nemesis?
So I'll test it out and wait, who?
Nemesis,
No.
maybe?
I'll test it out and see, but I don't think. I think we could boost some more.
Wait,
of
wait,
his-
wait. I read on Reddit it's tolerance.
Stop, Jeff, stop. We're not getting into this one.
What?
Stop.
Wait, how do you not know? Let's not go down that path.
No, what
We
is
don't need
that?
to go down this path.
Another
Brian
one.
knows. I sent it to him yesterday night.
Oh! I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know. Okay. What else haven't we talked about here? What are the units? Luis.
Did we talk about Daphnis?
We did talk a little bit about Daphne. We could brush up again on him though.
The Dark
Plays
Bomber.
are crazy.
Fake Gianna.
What? Oh, the Dark Bomber. Is it what?
Oh, yeah.
I
Strip
have
to
a
silence.
question about the Dark Bomber.
Strip
Is it
silence.
silent strip or strip silence?
Strip silence.
silence.
Strip silence.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I
guaranteed.
saw someone put on Despaired on replays. I watched the guy play quite a few matches, but he also has Gianna, so I don't know how that works. He uses both.
Yeah, so like I can expect people to be using that as their stripper. Everybody's always like, oh, what kind of unit can I use as stripper? You can maybe use that, especially against Will Runes. But it's only one buff, right? Or
I
what?
don't know. 90. It's one buff and it's 99 base speed with no awakening at all.
All right,
The
get good.
awakening
Farm
is a
GB10.
skill. Sounds pretty
boy.
terrible if you ask me.
All right, for budget Guild Wars and Guild Siege, I think people will be using it. That's all I can say, honestly. I don't know.
You know, they could have gave Shazam that ability, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like,
You're tilting Jeff. Tilting him.
oh, yeah.
To be
They will.
honest though, I don't get how people are still arguing with me that Shazam is not in such a bad state out of all LD5s. It's probably
No, not the
bottom.
worst.
I think
man.
I think the problem is there's always one that's worse.
There's
Yeah,
always
it came
gonna
up
be
to
one
me as
that's
like Grogan
worse.
is-
It's
Yeah.
always gonna be lightning emperor.
Han.
It's
Come
the one you have is always gonna feel a little bit worse. Yo, tell me
That's
what's
true.
the,
It's my
Light-
first
Lightning
LD
Emperor.
F5.
what is the
Banana
skill one? What does the skill one do for Shazam again?
Armor break one.
Wow, that's huge, dude. Never mind. That's a good unit, dude. That
I
doesn't
can
get
keep
buff.
going.
That's so good, dude.
Topo, what do you think is the worst LD5 in the game?
I don't know.
He's gonna say, Yun Hong. They need a buff.
I-
buff it again, right?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
that's,
I'm gonna
you
vote
know,
for
that's the one I
Glenn
have,
think
right?
he's
So it
the
has to be the
worst.
worst one.
Which one?
I'm voting for
Yeah,
Light
no.
Lightning Emperor. That unit is terrible.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that one is really bad.
You know, I've never even read his skills.
He does nothing.
He
at
heals.
all.
He heals after you get nuked. So it's like Perna nuke, and then it nukes, and then the passive of the Lightning Emperor will heal that unit that just got nuked.
How much does it heal?
If an ally is attacked, uses one of your knowledge to heal the ally by 35% of the damage received. If you have 5 knowledge, the ally will be healed for 70% of the damage received.
And what does it do? Skill 1, skill 2?
I mean,
Strip,
skill 1 is a strip. And
Oh, sorry,
skill two
sorry,
is the
skill two.
knowledge stacks.
Yeah. So
Skill 2.
that's all he does. That's all he does.
Okay, that unit's pretty fucking bad.
Yo,
too.
is that worse?
He's like
than
a
Dark
shittier
Ninja?
Triana, right?
Dark what? Sorry, I missed what you said.
That cannot be worse than Dark Ninja.
Yo, I got fucked by Dark
No, I think
Ninja.
it's worse than Dark Ninja.
I think
Like,
Dark Ninja's
Dark
pretty okay.
Ninja, like Manananan, Dark Dragon, those are really bad monsters,
I
man.
think no, it's good. What the hell?
That's because you don't have one.
Yeah, there's
That's
a
like
lot
me
that are
saying I
bad.
think Dark Panda's good, right?
I hope you get a Shazam, dude. I really do.
I hope I
Toxic.
do not. All right,
You tell me how bad.
who's
it
a
is.
unit worse than Shazam? What do you think about Light Occult Girl? It could be worse than Shazam.
Nope.
Yeah, you
No,
get
it's
defense
not.
buff,
You
dude.
Much
got a
better.
defense buff,
You get
dude.
defense buffs. You can't complain.
3-turn attack break.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
She's
I
not
tried.
the best, but not the worst.
No, to be honest, a
There's a
slight
lot.
buff
That's what
to
I'm saying.
Shazam. I know it's not the worst, but a slight buff, even putting the armor break into a 2-turn, is a huge change, and I'll use it for
Skill
every good
1,
idea.
2-turn defense break.
You're desperate,
Come on,
bro.
dude.
People
Yo,
are
it's
talking
way
about how
better-
bad Light Pony is, but right now Light Pony's in a pretty good position. Light Pony's actually in a pretty good position. I was
Isn't she
watching
like a
some
Molly
replays of people
Amelia?
use-
It's a Molly Amelia, right?
She's
Yes.
got
Molly's always
she's
been
like
great.
beta. She's like beta Amelia. She has crit resist instead of defense
Oh.
buff. But
Uh,
like
s- Okay, go ahead.
it screws up those people who rely on it on the crits, Verd Diana. It's actually not bad. It's mostly the JP players that are using it though.
Yeah, I want to see people pull out these weird LDNet 5s, into the pool, into the mix. One more thing that, since we're talking about crit, anti-crit and stuff, Acroma. 15 to 30% now.
Dude,
Anti-crit.
Acroma, okay, people are gonna hate me for this as well. Is I don't think Acroma needed a buff ever. At this, I didn't.
Chroma's so bad.
You think it's really bad? I think if you put an insane bruiser set on it,
The only
Where's she
person I've ever
actually
seen use a Chroma effectively is Beat D. He's the only person, and even he himself said this unit is not very good. I just have my best.
BT told me that he think Yun Hong wasn't that good before the nerf. Get out of here.
But going back to one,
He used it back when Fire Monkey King was around, and it just wasn't that great.
but kind of like what you were just
They
saying,
also
Tyler.
use Akrama.
You were just saying, Tyler, about anti-crit. Does this bring more viability for Acroma now into to counter Verds or whatever,
In RTA,
Dianas?
probably not.
In RTA, probably not. You wouldn't see it as that unit bruiser pick for.
You might see it once in a while, but I don't think it's going to become a regular pick. If that's what you're asking,
Like
it might be
if
one
I
of those
see,
random tournament pocket picks.
Really, if
where
I see a
someone's like, I
Verd
need
and
something
Diana,
different.
I don't want to pick Acroma. If I see Verdana,
The
I don't want to
thing
pick
is,
Acroma.
No, you pick Fire
wait.
Lich.
You pick Fire, yeah.
You
There's
pick
a lot
all
of
of them,
Verds,
baby.
yeah.
Fire Lich and Acroma, baby.
Okay, so that's like the same thing. It's like saying, should I pick Molly? No. Why would you pick Molly?
That's
Whoa,
true.
whoa! Molly's great. What are you talking about? Wait till I pull one. But
You have
It's
one
like-
in IRL. What? Go ahead.
She actually
When
put
you
her
use-
head in earlier.
Oh, really?
the way I
Yeah.
counter Nyx in RTA is kind of like using Hathor. I don't know about you guys, but like Hathor, I don't know. It just works for me. But
I thought counters everything.
Hathor's
Yeah,
like first
but
pick, man. There's no
that brings up to another point. I'll talk about it later. But crit rate is really weird. You know, it's like even if you have a chroma in there negating crit rate, your monster's still gonna crit and they're still gonna die. So it's like how much of it is implemented? You know, like you don't know.
enough, more than 15%, I guess. It
Okay,
was
what do you think?
15%
What do you
before.
think, Topa?
On what?
A chroma viability in RTA.
See, I mean, I don't think you're gonna use the counter crit. It's more of a like if they have other stuff too that's actually like CC, then I can see it happening. Because I've seen how to play use it too, since he tends to be weaker to the crowd control teams, and it does have solo potential into those, right, on a vampire.
I remember put really good runes on her Chroma actually before even the buff.
If you're a Gani Hathor user, it's Akuma is pretty scary to you. But you can also just bring in like Juno or something like that. It's as detrimental, you know.
No, Juno you can attack Bardus. You can control the
Yeah.
Juno.
You can also kill a Juno with units like Miang, units like Aegir, units like She.
That's true.
It's way harder to kill than a Chroma. But I think the issue with the Chroma is really the base stats. I think if we keep the kit and we say the kit is okay, then the next issue we have to look at is the base stats don't really work well.
It
Yeah,
depends,
she has
on,
a
it depends on what context
I
you're talking
think
about,
the kit
because
is fine. Sorry, that's what I meant earlier. The kit is fine, but you need to put insane runes to make up for the shitty base stats, I guess.
it
I
depends
don't know.
on,
Maybe I'm biased as well because I got beaten by a few Chromas this season before even the buff because I run a cleave or a control comp, right? And it's just gonna slowly eat away at you.
Yeah, so when it comes to units for RTA, in my opinion, especially if we're talking, there's two areas, right? General usage, early mid game players, and then of course late game RTA. We're talking about late game. It's all about the kit. If a unit has a good kit, we don't care up two craps about the base stats. Honestly, let's be real, right? Fran is amazing, right? And top players can make her absolutely amazing with low base stats and crappy base stats. So a Chroma, we can't argue that she has bad base stats because we should argue is just the kit. If the kit is good and super solid, it doesn't matter. Top players will be able to get the stats needed in order to compete at a high level. No problem. Is my opinion with that.
Most people look at an LDNF that they have, they want it to be able to be drafted every game. Like Thompson drafts Gianna or probably Arda every game, right? Those are units that you want. It's top tier. But I think Akroma is a really good pocket pick for certain scenarios, I guess.
So,
that's what I'm trying to say.
And it's kind of hard for me to say that she has bad base stats, and the reason for that is because she has a speed awakening.
Oh,
but
what
at
is
the
her
same
speed?
time, like
Oh, wow.
it's 116 base speed.
Oh,
She has 640 base attack, and her entire kit is based on doing damage.
Well, her second skill does damage based on enemies' max HP, so
Right,
you're gonna
silence
see
too,
It's
right?
not super significant.
Yeah, I guess in RTA it's
And
not
the
that
cooldown on it too. If it was on the skill 1, I think she'd be fine because then you could just run her on crit damage, right? You could run more crit damage and not focus as much on the HP or on the attack.
yeah, that's true. But she does have a very powerful harmful effect. Silence is a very, very powerful harmful effect in RTA. It's a rare
I'm reading
one,
in
too.
chat right now. So someone said that she's a defense unit.
Yeah, defense
I
type.
didn't know
think,
that.
is
I
what
actually
they
didn't
meant.
know that.
Yeah,
No,
defense type-
that's helpful if you ask me, because you can't
Because,
defense rank her. So you just stack defense on her, she just becomes so much harder to kill too.
She's got that classic meme 747 defense.
Oh yeah, really? That,
Oh,
that
is it
means so old.
747?
That's an old one.
Yeah,
Yo, that's Mobile Masters.
yeah, defense. Just like
2015? No, 2016?
Yep, 2016.
2016.
3 years ago, man.
Holy
Alright,
shit, that's pretty
let's
bad.
move on to a couple more of the units that we didn't get to discuss yet. Segment. You want to start off with that? I don't know if it's a brief one. Segment not getting its third skill reset if you don't reset, but you can still strip, meaning that A, you will strip reset and get cooldown depending on what you strip, or B, you missed the reset, you might have gotten the strip, but your third skill doesn't go cooldown. Does this make her more viable? Yes or no? And where?
I've used Sekhmet at 40 accuracy today, and every time she stripped and stole the attack the buff. Every time. It landed every single time. I couldn't even test her to try to have her move go on cooldown,
Wait,
you know?
she strip and reset, or you
Every
make both?
time. Yes.
wow.
It's like wow. Even on Water Monkey, it did it. I was like, whoa.
Whoa,
It's,
shadow buff, baby. Shadow buff.
Violet or
Yeah,
Swift?
I don't know.
Thompson.
I think it's good against Vanessa. It's good against Perna and just stuff with like long cooldowns, even like Hathor or what else has long cooldowns? Yeah,
Violet or Swift though, in your mind?
Violent for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be
I think
violent.
Because
Violet
if you miss and you Vio, you strip 2 units. That's pretty sick.
Violent will for sure.
And then put a
Well, even,
Rakuni somewhere
Violent
between
will
boosted
first,
up.
and then Despair will second, and then
Despair.
the third build would be Swift will. Despair is really good on her because when she even when she does a third move, it has a chance to stun, and the second move has a chance to stun. I like Despair on her a
If you
lot.
build her
actually.
on Swift, you run into the same issue as people who use Swift Okeanos. They get frustrated when he misses. Me. When Okeanos misses, I feel like he does nothing, right?
Yep.
If Hathor's on, if Sekhmet is on Swift, she does the exact same thing. If she misses, she still does nothing because then you get right. You miss that turn and now you're CC'd basically.
Right, you're putting all your apples in a basket though, because you're trying to control the match from turn 1. That makes a lot of sense. But when you miss it, it's pretty bad, dude. When you're having an off day, it's so tilting, dude.
I also feel like it's weird. Out of all her sisters, I feel like she does the most damage for some reason. I know it's all even, but when I tested her out this morning, she just dealt great damage. Like compared to Hathor, Bastet, I don't know. Like I guess it's my ruins or something, but yeah, her damage is pretty good.
It's
Nephthys has the
but-
high.
Yeah,
weird flex, but okay.
Nephthys has
No, I'm
the
not
highest
flexing.
basis.
I'm just kidding, I'm just
Like,
kidding.
He does like good damage too. Like if you reset a Perna, it's like, oh, whoa, the damage is like insane.
Right, you could kill it, right?
Doesn't
Could you
Sekhmet
kill
third still
Perna?
have like
Pretty
a
good,
140% multiplier?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know,
pretty big
but the damage
multiplier.
is pretty decent.
720.
Oh,
Oh,
720.
700.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm not
The
flexing.
860 is Daphnis. Daphnis is 30% plus 860.
Crit damage
It's
6
crazy.
But you reset Perna the same way Oki does, right? You kill it, it also resets, it just dies, right? There's no
Yeah.
yeah. So with that multiplier, if you have defense break Perna, then I'm pretty sure that even if it's an HP segment, you're gonna kill it, bro. Skill 3.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
If you crit.
If you crit,
yeah.
right? If you crit, correct. Yeah, interesting. All right, a little bit of discussion on the segment brings a little bit more viability. Maybe, of course, in Guild Wars and Guild Siege, where it was already potentially being used, and maybe RTA, right? Pocket pick coming out, maybe from Thompson again, like last year.
Whoa.
You did use it last year, right?
Damn.
I did.
You
It
did.
did, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
you
actually
used
worked.
it both games against me.
You weren't
Yeah.
missing it, dude. It was
Whoa.
hitting.
Yep.
Oh, you were against. It was against Topa.
Oh, yeah.
It was
you were
against
against
me.
Topa.
Both games against me. That segment landed 5 out of 5 resets.
Sorry, Toba. Got lucky.
Nuts, dude.
Got lucky.
I picked Resist Lee too, by the way. I picked Resist Lee too.
It's okay. He ran 100. He ran 100 accuracy. 85, sorry.
I highly doubt he ran 100 accuracy. Did you?
No, I think I asked Thompson after the game how much accuracy I had. He had like 70 something. Which is
I had
still
85,
so
Toba.
can't really expect.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You didn't ask me, but I did have 85. Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mm.
Fair
And no big
I
deal.
can't imagine he would use it without 85. He
Yeah.
would rely on a 1-turn unit and be like, it's not 85 accuracy.
But you did use
No
some
big
fun
deal.
stuff though. You used Sekhmet and Philario, which was probably the 2 different types of units that were seen in that, America's Cup, which is kind of fun.
To this day, I don't know what Philaria does.
Heal and shield, which is contingent on different situations. That's basically it.
The coolest thing about her kit is the second skill. You take all the debuffs from your whole team and you put it on one unit.
Yeah, dude. It's like raids. In raids, just
You get resisted.
true. They can resist it. That's correct. You need accuracy. Let's move on to the next unit here. First ever win Nav 5 with immunity. Luis, what are your thoughts? Any more viability for it, or does it just make it a more consistently boring unit, but still not just a lot stronger now? I don't know.
I've double-monned everybody except for Luis. That unit I'm not sold yet. Just because of the vast amount of strippers in the meta right now, I'm not sold on it. If you guys have a different opinion, let me know.
But as an
But
RTA
she-
unit, right? But
she
not all units are
heals?
RTA units, right?
RTA, yeah, for RTA.
Yeah,
of course,
for-
for
I
Guild
mean,
Wars, she was already
For
good.
Guild Wars, she was already really good, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm talking about
She heals
market.
first and then gives immunity.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's actually pretty good. It's
Something
not
to note,
if you're
though-
full HP you get immunity. It's I heal you. If you're full HP you get immunity.
And the thing to note is her heal did go down, but a small amount, 5% less heal is what she does now. But still, you can get immunity, which is nice. Really, really nice. Makes it harder now in Guild Wars and Guild Siege, man. That thing is going to be more annoying, man. 100 resist tanky Luises. They're so annoying,
what's her
man.
base speed? I don't even know.
So who likes Luis and who doesn't?
I think she's good for Guild Wars, Guild Siege. Offense, defense. I would use it. Like
I
auto,
got one
like
recently. I never touched her.
put it with Fengyan or something. Just auto, just to put on the side, right? Just auto
Yeah,
your Guild Wars. Yep.
How about you,
102 base
Topa?
speed.
I think it's good for. I mean, it's a buff for siege and whatnot, but I think for RTA, Fran is still better. Like they're kind of similar, right? Both have attack production on the skill one now. Louise stuns instead of Fran's attack break. Second skill, both of them cleanse, and then Louise gives invisibility, but Fran heals on the attack based heal actually, so that scales. And then third skill, obviously 2-turn immunity, and then Louise gives I think a shield, right? But Fran gives attack buff. So
Right. So shield versus attack buff, and way tankier to Fran's, a little bit more squishy. But if you can play around the squishiness of Fran, you should be fine. Yeah. So I still think Fran's better. Yeah. I can agree with that.
What does she awaken into?
But the
Skill
question is she better than Wusa?
All the paladins awaken into skill 1.
Fran? Because I think she's more comparable to Wusa than she is to Fran, right?
yeah, probably. I think
But
Wusa
Wusa has
still
that
way better.
insane base speed, you know?
Yeah. What is it? 118? Some
118.
stupid. Yeah.
But I think if you build Louise, you're putting her on like Violent Will, right? So she could boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Well, because her skill 1 is also actually like not completely terrible. 15% chance to stun and 100% chance to reduce
Yeah,
attack
she
bar by
got
30%.
off last match too.
They wanted her skill 1 to be better.
I mean, it's still notable that Louise immunity is only 2 turns. Like that's a big difference. 2 turns
How
compared
thick
to
is her
Wusa's 3
shield,
turns.
by the way?
What's the cooldown on third skill? Like,
Same-
how often
It's
can
the
she
same.
get it
The
up?
shield is the exact same as the recovery.
Okay. It's 5 before double
4 turns.
mons, so I
4 turns.
guess
I think
is
it's
it
4. So
Oh, it only goes down
It's
1.
4.
if it's 3, then it's really good.
Shield and
No way.
invincibility
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
shield
does
and-
invincibility skill 2.
and shield, or just shield.
She
No,
has
no.
Jean's skill 2. So the way her third skill
Yeah.
works, Thompson, is if she heals you for 20%. Well, after skill up, she heals you for 24%, and then she gives you a shield as for I believe what's extra.
Wait, but the shield goes up to
No, the shield's the
40%.
same amount. So she heals you for 24, and then shields you for 24, and if you're full HP, you get immunity.
Yeah.
It's
And
the
skill 2 exactly like Jean. Exactly like Jean. So.
And it's 4 turns cooldown.
So you know what you need to do to make it RTA ready? Skill 3, heal, shield, immunity, gain additional turn like John. Oh my god, there we go. There we go. Yeah, dude.
Don't give them
I
ideas.
feel like they have one of the best second skills in the game.
And
like
makes you
that.
violent procs out of her immunity.
Yeah, that's true too, but still, the turn cycling is ridiculous. All right.
Those paladins, man, they have like one of the best second skills in the game, in my opinion.
They have great
Like,
base stats. That's what I like about them.
Yeah.
All right, what else units did we not touch on? We're trying to go through the whole patch here because this patch was crazy. This patch was awesome.
The cowgirl.
Lauren got a buff.
Yeah,
Pretty
she
notable
did.
buff too. Her passive's better.
Yep.
They doubled her attack bar reduction and increased her defense break chance by 25%.
Any functionality for Guild Wars Guild Siege? Obviously not RTA, but Guild Wars Guild Siege? Or is it just going to still be a great Necro unit?
I think it's just PvE stuff.
Okay, mostly just PvE stuff then for Lauren, but much better. That's good.
Did you guys feel this? It's like the last 2 times they announced a balance patch, it took them like 2 weeks to come out. This time they announced a balance patch, they couldn't
3
wait
days.
to nerf Artemil. It came out like
Wait
1
to
day.
nerf her.
So the
It
reason
came out 1
before,
day.
I think the reason before
Come on
with the
now.
most with the Molong Dragon's Dance nerf, I think it was because people were so concerned about the wording, and it wasn't just the wording on that skill. There was wording on like 8 different skills. People were just like, "This is too ambiguous." So what they did was they went back, revised it, and then gave it to us a week later.
And I
Right,
think
for
it was
this
also
one- Sorry, go
part of
ahead.
it was RTA season. I think they already announced the end of the RTA season when the
Did they?
Molong nerf came through. So they didn't want to release it before the season ended.
Yeah, so they made sure that they released it like a couple days after. Also,
Yeah.
on that note,
I mean, all I'm saying is, hey, no rush. You know, you don't have to rush your balance patch. You know, take your time. You know,
I think it's great that we got the balance patch before free rune removal for once, because we almost always get it the week after rune removal.
That's actually true.
I think
Yeah,
consistent.
that's true.
Great.
That's true.
So shout out to Contous.
Thompson wasn't
I
consistent.
appreciate you, Contous.
No, actually, I think that's incredible too. Time it after, before, free removal, because a lot of people get screwed otherwise.
All right,
But from a business decision, maybe it's bad.
I do. They should come out with more balance patch too.
I agree.
You know?
How long ago
Yeah.
was the other one? This one was kind of close. Kind of close,
3
right?
months.
let's balance the chimeras and
Yeah.
also the dragon knights.
2.5 months. 2.5 months since last balance pack. This is pretty
Yeah,
good.
It was
Yeah.
right before Special League started, and
Right.
Special League ended, and RTA started right away this time.
Right.
So there was actually like no break or transition period.
Does that mean we get 4 this year or maybe 5? I'm kind of excited for that. That's pretty nice. I like that.
Is it just
I
me?
am
You used to
hoping
be
they
like
take
that,
a
right?
break.
Huh?
I'm hoping they slow it down with SWC and make a really, really big balance patch after SWC. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I like the idea of these balance patches where we get 2 LD&F5s buffed, and then we get a bunch of changes like balancing, nerfs, etc. You know, let's change these units awakenings. But what I really want is I want them to do like a huge one where they just even if it's a small adjustment to everyone, they just make small adjustments to like
Oh,
50 units or something.
I forgot to mention something. Something I want to talk about on podcasts. It's they did not nerf Hathor. Wow, I pick Hathor every game,
First turn.
every single game. Yes.
Yeah, no. I want your
I
fucking
think-
replays.
yeah.
Every first turn, Hathor. He doesn't even
And-
care
and
if
let me
he's
say-
picking his Gianna.
Let me say, I pick Hathor is because I'm scared to get Hathor. That's why I pick
You-
Hathor. I don't fucking need Hathor in my team. Come on now. But I'm scared to get Hathor. So Hathor is that powerful, right? What the hell?
She is first picked a lot. I think she's powerful, but is it right to say that at least she's a unit that there's a lot of answers to and a lot of different ways that you can build your RTA picks to work against her and play?
It
I
takes
don't
like
think there are a
Three
lot of options
monsters
against
to two
Hathor.
monsters to counter her.
Interesting.
What do you think?
That's the
Cobra?
thing. Hathor still.
It takes like Josephine and Juno to counter her. You can't just pick one. You have to pick like a whole team to counter her.
Or you can just
And
Oh,
add
my
you
it.
have to
first picking
you have
Hathor
to pick
every-
to counter the combinations too. Okay, question for you guys. Do you think
No
If
question.
Hathor-
Let's talk about Hathor right now. Why?
No, it is-
Why is she not touched?
it
What
is
the
about
hell?
Hathor, I promise. This is
All right,
about
all
Hathor.
right, cool. Then
If
ask
Hathor
the way.
didn't-
Sorry.
If Hathor didn't exist, do you think it would be a lot harder to deal with the really strong LD&F5s?
Good question.
Yes.
Because I think Hathor is
True.
like hands down the best answer to Artemil, Ragdoll, and even Divishel, arguably, and those ones. She has a strip. She has AoE non-hitting sleep and attack
She's-
reduction, which makes her great versus Artemil.
I feel like she's the
Unbelievably good.
easiest answer, but there's other monsters that are like quite decent as well, like Ganymede, Antares, Vertihil, Ager. She's a little bit too strong, you know? Yes.
So, like
You know
Hathor,
what?
hands down, can be used against all of them, right?
I'll
With,
tell
like,
you what. You know
Very
monsters-
little counterplay. Whereas
what?
if you use like any of the other ones, you need combinations of units to work. Hathor by herself, standalone,
I have a
just does
great-
so well. She's like, that's why we pick her
I
first.
have
right?
great advice to nerf Hathor. It's like don't change anything about Hathor, but just let you be able to violent proc out of the 2-turn sleep.
But that's
It's
one
hard.
of the
That's a
things that
game
makes her
change
strong.
mechanic.
That's why they have 2 turns sleep right instead
Yeah,
of 1.
that's what makes her strong.
Yeah.
So
God.
a good example for that is I was watching Topa's stream earlier. He faced Llama, and he goes, "I'm picking Hathor. This unit's way better than my Yinhong. Like you can have the Yinhong. I'm picking Hathor."
Yep.
Like I think that is enough to say that Hathor is probably one of the best units in the game. If you're willing to give up one of your
Oh.
best,
Not just Young Hawk, Gianna, Artemil, the list goes on, man.
There's always going to be a best unit in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, but how balanced it is it, and how broken is it? Will be the questions that need to be asked. I guess you can say.
I think we gotta talk about, as we talk about nerfs, we gotta talk about buffs and nerfs, right? And Hathor should be next on the chopping block for sure. Yeah, I think that just the game will be more well-rounded if she's a little bit weaker. Am I right? Or I know I'm trust me, I first pick Hathor every game. I'm very reliant on her, but
I think most
just
of us do, except for Jeff
Huh?
because he cleaves.
just like there'll be a more versatile amount of units to use if Hathor is a little bit weaker. You're not pigeonholed to pick Hathor every round,
That's
right?
kind of the same thing with Mo Long before he got nerfed. I feel like Mo Long was always first picked, and Mo Long was also the counter play to LD&F5s. You know, that defense break towards Artemil and the chance to reckless assault. So that's why, like, if you nerf like these units, then you have to bring down the LDs too.
So the thing, someone in chat said make her third skill unrefreshable. That actually doesn't matter because if you have, for example, if you have Hathor Yinhong, Hathor Rakuni, Hathor Verd, it doesn't matter because
Yeah,
you get so
violent
many
procs,
turns
man.
that you just naturally get your your
Yeah.
skills back. And if you Swift, you're 300 speed probably, so you rotate so fast,
Hmm.
right? my personal, like what I wanted them to change in Thor, I want them to make her third skill like the old one where it's what was it, 70% on everybody, but make it so it hits all the targets. Because then it doesn't work against every element. And at least there's more
that'd be
counterplay to it.
huge nerf.
And it does damage.
That would be a huge nerf.
I think that would be huge, but you still get 2-turn sleep. So you're still most likely going to hit 2-turn sleep on the LD units. So it's good against the LD units, but it's not broken against the fire units, which are like designed to be able to play around her, right?
But like I feel like it's like you just have to right now. Like I don't think there's any way to really make her into a position in the game that will still keep her viable. Any change to her will really just get rid of her. So it's more of a question of, hey, we don't think Hathor is really good in this meta, and we would like to remove her so that we could get, you know, a different type of meta, you know, into the current balance of RTA. Because any change is going to make her pretty much, in my opinion, obsolete, to be honest. So it's like you guys don't want her, which is fine.
If you nerf
right?
her more and start slowly pushing her out of the meta, what happens is it buffs all the LD units greatly.
Right.
I also don't think the Molong nerf should have been that way. I think it should have been different, but that's a different discussion.
And people still use
Molong was
Molong.
a great answer.
Why
Was a
do
great
you
answer to
feel-
Arda, dude.
Why do you feel like if Hathor is nerfed, all the LDs get buffed? That's not true.
That is true because she's
The
the
LDs are really strong already. So right now, okay, I just ban Hathor, and then all LD units take over
It's
the
because
floor.
she's a very
yeah.
solid unit in RTA right now.
Like-
And to take a really decent unit out of the picture of your draft, when you go up against these LD units, you have less things to answer with that are, you know, very powerful, I guess you could say.
Why do you think people contest for her first pick of Thor? Because she's
You contest for first pick
everything.
Hathor with
all three
all
of us
those
first.
LDs.
Like
Yeah.
when I play on Brian's account, I pick Hathor first almost every match.
You never
Because
played on
it's-
my account recently? Last time we played was
when
like
I
months
did.
ago. We picked
When I did, I
Vanessa
picked
first
all
when
the
we played
time.
together. We picked Vanessa first.
When we were in LA, we did. When we played the one other time when I recorded it, it was just like Hathor because I hate fighting against Hathor. It's so difficult, right?
I only remember us
Baron-
picking Vanessa Shihao. That's what was the pick.
Baron
But we did pick
just-
Hathor.
Sorry. Baron just mentioned in chat, I don't know if you guys saw that, was what if you change Hathor's second skill? What if it
What
doesn't
would we
sleep?
change it to though? Like, is
What if it
that
doesn't sleep or strip?
I mean, you can change it like it strips one buff maybe, and then sleeps. But maybe kind of like an Okeanos, you know.
About
If
strip,
it doesn't strip,
no sleep. Strip
Man,
slow
that's
debuff, 1 turn, 2 turns.
but it's gonna nerf the light.
Nobody
the light
uses it,
desert
doesn't
queen
matter.
too,
That
and the
needs-
light
that
desert
needs
queen
rework.
doesn't need a nerf.
That needs a rework. It doesn't matter. She's irrelevant. You can rework her after you change the look.
Yeah, like what they did with Tian Lang just now, right?
Yeah,
It
now
just
we know. Now we know
it
the
took 2
fix.
seasons.
Oh,
The
man,
fix.
all the
The fix is just to
all
put
the
an
light
awakening skill. That's the
desert queen
fix.
owners are like, you guys better not say that.
Baron says switch her and Sekhmet second.
So she has Curse of the Beautiful.
But the thing is that they won't do that because that's not the mechanic of Hathor. Her main purpose, her theme is to sleep. That's what her theme is. You know, they're kind of very set on each unit, kind of has a theme. Kind of certain elements have certain types of, you know, themes on what they do as well. So it doesn't really fit in to what she does. You know what I mean? It'd be weird to give Sekhmet a strip sleep, and then after that Hathor is, you know, a sleeper on second skill, but then third skill that sleeps and second skill that doesn't. You know, it's a little bit different. Feels a little awkward.
I just feel like Hathor, Gani, Sustain, and like Damage Dealer are just like way too strong in this meta right now, you know?
I guess the reasonable thing to do then would be to drop her third skill to all 30% or like all 40% or something, and then add a cooldown time to it. That's probably the most reasonable thing to do without one changing the theme of the unit.
I'm telling you guys
2
right now.
breaking the unit, 3 killing the
I'm
unit.
telling you guys right now, though, anything that you guys do to Hathor, like literally almost anything you do to Hathor is just going to take her out of the game. So ask yourself the bigger question. Do you want Hathor there or do you not? That's all it is. It's not a matter of what you want to change. If you don't want her anymore, then yeah, let's get a change for her and
I
whatever
don't
it is. she's out.
entirely agree with that because adding a cooldown to her skill 3 wouldn't take her out of the game at all.
And
She
they
would
also
still have
nerfed
a
like
huge
Ganymede and stuff like that, right? And that didn't make people stop using
Gani
it.
barely got nerfed.
Gani was
I mean,
so
they
strong.
barely
dude.
nerfed Hathor too.
Like
you know?
honestly,
Gani was so dumb though.
Gani was probably the strongest unit in the game that took like so long to like nerf into the position he's
Gani's
at now.
nerf was fair because they took out like the really unfair aspect of it, which was strip into violent proc reset, right? They made
And
it
then
so
fuck Oberon in
No
a kind
longer-
of weird way.
I think Grown's
yes,
biased. I think to a certain extent, I think the statement of anybody here is biased because this podcast is meant to talk about all our opinions, and everybody's opinions is biased. True or false?
Of course,
Also-
that's definitely true.
That's why we're
uh,
discussing,
people
chat.
in chat People in chat are saying things like, Topa is being quiet because Hathor's his like most fight. I think at least myself, I know for sure Hathor is number one for me. She is my favorite unit. She's the best. She's by
really
far
good.
the best. But like, I also realize if we want to change this game and we want to change the meta, she has to be addressed somehow, right?
Baron
I
said
agree.
that there's a lot of units without themes, which I completely agree. Theme of Shazam, dude.
Oh god, you always gotta bring that back. Yeah, but all in all, these discussions that we have are really good, and I want to keep on these discussions because I think this is what CompTOS looks at too. I swear to God, they watch these, man, and they use these to potentially do their future balance patches and whatnot. They actually have been listening to us quite a bit, so I'm very excited for this balance patch to see how this stuff that they've implemented is going to be changing up RTA already.
They ain't listening
What
to me.
What about if second skill no longer strips, but instead reduces your attack bar and sleeps you still? Like it reduces your
Yeah, like
attack
a
bar by
mini skill
50% and sleeps you. So it's kind of like half of that, almost exactly half, be like a 30 or 40% attack bar reduction, and then it sleeps you, but it can't strip you.
Like
So it's
most
not
of
as strong
the fair,
anymore.
most of the fair CC units are one turn. Like you bring every fair CC unit is one turn. Only Hathor is 2 turns.
Because she can strip. That's the only reason. Right? Barian said it exactly. He said she can strip into CC, which is totally true, right? If 2 units have will or 3 units have will, you strip and then you just sleep 2 of them and then you rotate from there. Because having 2 units asleep for 2 turns is huge.
Yeah.
Hey, for the Dark Sylph, how is it 2 turns or 1 turn sleep?
Two turns.
2 turns.
Is it 2 turns? Yeah.
I don't have one.
So it just doesn't have attack bar reduction, and I don't know if the cooldowns are longer or not.
5 turns cooldowns, the same.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Yeah, just no attack bar reduction.
Yeah.
It's
Because
exactly
that
the
unit
same.
would be crazy if Hathor gets taken out of
okay.
commission.
So he has really bad base defense. His base defense is 500.
Oh, really?
He's got like 11.5k HP, but his base defense is really low.
Who needs defense when they ain't attacking you back when they're asleep?
Let me ask you guys this though. When your opponent picks a Thor nowadays, what do you do? Do you have that
I
hard of
pick
a time?
Ganny.
Do you have a really hard time battling it? What do you guys do?
Fran Ganny.
I
I think Ganny.
And
Yeah.
how often do you guys lose? Do you guys lose because you can't draft something good enough because she's too OP, or do you guys have answers for it at this point?
No, I usually get fucked.
Yeah, I don't
No,
even
I-
have an
If I had
answer.
a Josephine, however, Josephine Ganny would be pretty good to use against.
There's a couple
that's what you should
monsters
use.
that are really good against Hathor. Josephine's really good against Hathor. Juno's really good against Hathor. Fire Monkey King and Rakuni's really good against Hathor. There's a lot of units really good against
Okay.
Hathor. It's just you have to pick them, you know?
Because Fire Monkey King is so easily controlled, and the attack break mitigates all of his damage. output.
Depends on what they pick, but like
Yeah,
sometimes
this-
attack break doesn't
But
land.
I mean, Hathor
sometimes
himself,
you have a
if he
Rakuni,
can
you
attack
know?
break it, is enough to say that he's not that strong.
But it is a counter to Hathor. One-on-one, there's no way Hathor could beat Fire Monkey King.
Right. So it's
Okay,
a
in
little
a
bit more
one-on-one,
situational on
sure.
drafts. It's definitely really situational
But
on
it's
drafts.
a whole draft, not just like counter, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, like there's a lot of stuff Hathor's
I
scared.
played a match yesterday where I controlled a Fire Monkey King, attack broke it. Or actually, I didn't hit it until the end of the
You
fight.
have
and
Ganymede
it
too,
just
right?
didn't do anything. I didn't use Ganny that match.
Oh wow.
But like, he literally never did enough damage to kill me, the Fire Monkey King by himself, because I didn't hit it, right? It doesn't do anything if you can ignore it.
Yes. But I'm just
So
saying.
I think it's too easy to counter, maybe, in that
So one
sense.
thing you guys mentioned is like taking away the strip from her skill too. I mean, if you do that, then you're just gonna promote the immunity meta even more, which I definitely don't want to happen.
Yeah, hate immunity, dude.
Yeah.
I have what a lot of people call Amelia phobia. I hate that unit,
Bulwark.
dude.
Bulwark
No, I have
is
Bulwark,
great.
dude. I hate.
where's
I
my
have Amelia
Bulwark is
phobia,
God.
man. You pick that, I'm just like, I'm thinking about banning it. I'm thinking about banning it. Yep, I'm thinking about banning it.
Yeah.
So
I feel
now,
like
you
a lot of
mentioned-
people has Bulwark wrongly ruined, but through
What's
a
the
lot
right
of
way?
playtests.
What's the right way? What's the right way? Violent, despair. I mean, I've seen crazy things.
Will.
Shield, revenge,
Well,
will.
Valorant
What do you want?
revenge, to be honest.
Yeah. What is the right way?
Violent revenge, right.
Okay. Yep. Good to know. Good to hear.
You also mentioned Juno is really good against Hathor. I think in general, like on paper, she's very good. She fits, the idea of, she can't be CC'd, blah, blah, blah. But like, there are so many good water units out there that can so easily kill Juno right now. There's Shiho, Aegir, Miang.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like who counters Hathor.
People always pick those things.
Yes,
I know.
Against
but then they'll have to.
It's really hard to argue.
You're gonna have to ban. They could ban your Aegir, or they could ban
you go
your
into the draft
Hathor.
and you say, okay, mentally you're going into the draft, you're like, what am I banning as you pick things, right? If you're planning on leaving the Hathor up, then you have to realize that there's like 3 or 4 other units that you have to probably ban.
I'm just saying the counters to Hathor. I'm not talking about the other.
It's hard because when you say a counter to Hathor, you're gonna see the counter of the counter of Hathor. You know what I mean? So you can't really. You have to kind of think
we
of
all
it in
play
general.
this game. We all know what counters Hathor. I'm just telling everybody else what counters Hathor.
Right.
Okay. I'm not talking about the 4 monsters that follows Hathor. The Aegers, the Shihos, the whatevers, right?
I mean, is it that hard to deal with it? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, because it takes like more than 1 unit to counter Hathor.
Yeah, that's the hardest
they're
part.
They're all ruined like either really fast or the best violence set. All on will,
Well, it's a lot of people's old Molong set, right? If it's
yeah, everybody's on
the
the
170 violent will set that everybody invested into, which is good, I guess, because those runes are interchangeable to most units.
All right, we got probably 4 minutes left here. If you guys have any last minute words you want to say, last minute topics you want to throw in, we had a pretty solid podcast today. Yeah, about like an hour and 20, hour and a half. Yeah, more towards the longer end of our podcast usually.
Before the podcast end, we should all say who's like the top 3 winners, right? Of the nerf of the buff of the patch, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just talk about who's the top 3. Daphnis, yeah.
Daphnis, I want to see that.
Tian Lang?
Tian Lang,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Daphnis, Tian Lang. Who's 3 though? Triton, maybe?
Triton. Yeah,
Yeah,
it had to be
Triton,
Triton.
yeah.
That's the 3.
Speed Awakening's pretty good. What do you think?
That's the 3.
Probably.
I don't know.
It's funny how unanimous it is. Like it's very clear cut that we think those
Shinza?
are the best.
What do you think?
I think Jinzo's in like tier 2.
better
I
than
Tier 2
haven't been
excitement.
convinced with Shinza yet, because I haven't
I'm not
seen
convinced. I'm not
action.
convinced.
But maybe it's gonna fuck me so hard that I'm gonna have to invest into him, right?
I think Shinzo's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really.
I really want to play with them. Yeah.
I'm so excited about all these changes. They gave so much new nerfs and buff changes that it's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be awesome.
It is interesting for sure,
Yep.
right? And because it caught us off guard. I guess it's true. Most people want to see Hathor there.
Like
wanna see
I think
Hathor there.
10% is huge. We're not talking about 10. We're talking about 10% on the counter and the damage reduction, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. 35%. No, but it's 10% per ally hit, not just like one time, right? Like he moves one time. It's your opponent moving 10% more each time. It's a nice buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really increasing these percent things like Antares and Xingzhe and everything. It's very interesting.
Thompson, do you have everything like that? All those units Devilmon now?
Except for I didn't really except for Luis. Yeah, except for Luis.
Because I'm thinking about Devilmoning a few units, obviously. And
I just did Daphnis last night
Okay,
for the video.
tell me.
Daphnis is my for sure for me.
Yep.
And I haven't done Josephine yet, actually.
Oh, you got to do it.
Okay.
That's not even. You'd think.
I'm doing
yeah, you
Josephine
do
for
it.
sure, but
Yeah.
right now it's not good for my comp, so I don't need it. I'm just being,
It's not good for your comp, dude. It's a side pick, bro. Josephine is like the best side
think,
deck card ever, bro.
I think Daphnis is really good for a comp, right?
Yes.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Daphnis is my first unit I'm gonna work on.
Okay, I have one more question for you guys.
When you build Daphnis, all right, go for it. Sorry.
You can pick one LD and one non-LD unit to nerf next, besides Hathor, because I think we're pretty unanimous that Hathor. Who would it be?
Artemil. Oh wait, I mean, wait. Let me think about it. I'm thinking about it a little bit.
Diana.
I think for me, it's Martina.
I don't. To be honest, I know it's super biased because I'm fucking using it. I think Shayna's the more important unit in that comp than Martina. Actually, that's me.
I was actually gonna say I think it's Shina and Martina. To be honest, I think Shina should. I really want Shina to lose the speed lead. Holy
What
lord!
if they change Shina's speed lead to Tyrone's speed lead?
I
It'd
think
still
that's
be
fine
good.
for
It's
me.
5 speed difference.
That's perfectly fine for me.
Is that
They'd
more
have to change.
balanced or
They'd
no?
have to change it to
Yeah.
Fran. They'd have to make it like 10 or 12%.
You guys are.
I mean, even that 10% is just so.
These
You
are
guys
cruel.
do not know who's the best dark unit in the game right now. It's not Gianna.
Was you gonna say
Pater?
Ragdoll?
Yeah.
It's Pater.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peter is
Oh
fucking insane.
yes.
One of my guildmates pulled a Pater the other day. Resourceful relapse.
Yeah, resourceful pulled Peter.
I'm happy he got it. Love the dude.
But
Yeah, Peter's.
I still want a Gianna. Doesn't mean I don't want a Gianna.
Overbuff. If they overbuff Tian Liang, maybe Tian Liang needs a nerf. But Tian Liang is like better than Gianna, right? He's strip and stun. And you can have buff or don't have buff. And he's strip and stuns.
Nah, in my personal opinion, I feel like Tian Lang, when it's going to be picked in RTA, it's going to be picked always in an opportune moment where it's going to cuck you, so you're going to more likely than not already just ban it. It's just going to be like a ban.
Yeah, it's gonna be picked because
Every
it's
time.
passive.
Right, and
But
more so now
that
because of
means
the
it's
change.
like it gives you a free pick and ban, right?
Right, which is-
Now you can pick. Now you can
huge,
pick
especially for
Tian Lang.
SWC mode.
You just pick Tian Lang and Antares together, and the enemy's just fucked.
Oh, does that mean Tiger is got a little stronger again, huh?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
You gotta
Tiger's
pick-
The thing is,
bad.
you have to look at
Tiger's always been strong, though.
which players that are gonna be in SWC soon with
Tiger.
Tian Lang.
Is Tiger what rank is
Tiger's
Tiger right
Visa
now?
chill got nerfed.
Yeah, Tiger's a beast joke.
But how often
Yeah.
did he use Visa
That's
Chill?
fine.
Oh, he did pick it.
He did-
He
he
used
did
it.
a lot,
He used it.
yeah. But he didn't
Tiger's-
pick Tian Lang because it just I don't know why he didn't pick Tian Lang actually.
Tiger
Sure.
streamed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He got clapped by so many C3s. It was so funny. He's not used to the meta. Like, it's been so long, right?
Content, baby, content.
Yeah, I watched him stream. It was pretty funny.
All right,
But
guys.
he'll pick it up easily.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on the podcast today. I think it was absolutely great. This is probably, dude, these podcasts are getting lit, man. They're great. Everybody has got their own opinions. We got some great discussions, great troll moments. Yeah, awesome food on the streams that people eat. Absolutely amazing every single time. If you guys are watching for the
An
Go ahead.
hour and a half, I haven't finished my food yet.
All right, chat. What am I?
Trying not
What am
to
I
eat.
bringing for food on the podcast next week?
I gotta eat something next time, you know what I mean? Bring some
I just
pho,
saw-
dude. Have some pho on the podcast. Some spring rolls, bro.
Sounds pretty good to be honest.
All right,
Wait,
thank you
Thompson,
guys.
are you going to be in LA? Sorry, the meetup?
You're gonna be there?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, please, we do always go through the chat section, the comment section below. Leave your comments, your suggestions, your questions, everything. That's where we go through it every single time, the most recent one. Yeah, and make sure you guys hit that like. And of course, we're gonna put their links to all their Twitch channels because all of them stream. Even Thompson's gonna start streaming more often as well. So we're gonna put those links down there for you guys to check out. But until next time, we'll see you later, YouTube. Peace out.
Yeah, but cheers.